court, so go do your job, that will wear thin, and it already is. We have to have a different message that says, regardless of what the court says, here's what our data tells us, here's where we're going, this is what empowers students, this is what grows the economy, this is what builds the workforce, and this is what we need. And at OSPI, our entire team is being engineered around this idea that you are our primary customer as our policymakers. And we're going to get better and better and better at understanding what you need in the very diverse state that we live in, rural and urban, large and small, resource rich and resource deficient. We are going to keep building capacity to support you. And all we're going to ask of you is please don't be afraid of the data. It's going to be hard for a while. It's going to be really hard for a while to tell stories about gaps in your community and why we are or are not closing them. But we will be there every step of the way. So next year at this conference, you're going to have a new federal accountability system. You're going to have a budget that's $1.5 billion to $1.8 billion per year richer. You're going to have a different assessment system. And the fidget spinner is going to be transformed into a three-dimensional laser that shoots legislators right in the forehead if they don't get budgets done. I mean, metaphorically speaking. So this is a big moment for us. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your conference here. Get home safely. I know that something is about to happen up here that grounds us all in exactly why we stepped into this profession. So thank you.
Let's give Chris another round of applause. I like sense-making. I like sensible public policy that focuses on kids first, right? Broader, bolder, more balanced view of student, of school, of district success. And Chris, I want to just say publicly, thank you. Thank you for your leadership and thank you for your vision. Let's give him one more round of applause. Speaking of passion and purpose, our true north is student success. While these young adults you're about to meet are from the Spokane area, they could reside in any of our schools and in any of our communities. I'd like to reintroduce you to Benjie Howard and Wade Colwell-Sandoval. Let's remember the courage that it takes for this group of high school students who had never met before yesterday to lend their voice to our learning. I want to thank Ryan Roy and Corn Press one more time for their support in bringing Benjie, Wade, and Gary to us. Let's give him a round of applause. A warm welcome once again to Benjie, Wade, and high school students from the Spokane area.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, everyone. I just want to mention that when this whole youth equity stewardship journey started, probably 13 years ago, Steve Webb was one of the early champions of our work. He had a vision around the idea that kids maybe should have a role in transforming our schools. Super radical idea, but it's really nice to be here today and sharing this in this way. Thank you, Steve, for that introduction. And welcome to your position. And thank you to everybody, Helene and everyone else at WASA. The work to actually put together a group of students from 20 different high schools in this area was tremendous. And it wasn't our work, it was your work. So we're really grateful, and even more grateful because yesterday we had such an awesome day. The people that showed up, the young people that showed up in the room are of the highest caliber. and we were kind of blown away by the conversations that we were able to have. So we're really excited to share this. It's going to be kind of a, it's going to be a combined thing. We're going to lend our music to kind of salt and pepper, like the flavor of what we want to offer you this morning. We'll start with a little music, and then we'll invite these amazing young people to come up and share their voice with us all. They've let us know this morning that they're ready for this opportunity. So
are you ready for them, though?
yeah, yeah, that's the real
Okay,
question.
good. They're ready. All right, Steve. I was amazed that we were in alignment in our thinking when I was first exposed to the acronym of WASA. I thought the same thing that you said yesterday, which was WASA. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's just turn to a neighbor and just be like, WASA. So I mean, we're all here. I don't know how catchy the AWSP acronym. Like OSP. Yeah. Kind of a letdown, but yeah, but anyhow, yeah, we're going to, like Benjie, what'd you say, we're going to pepper it?
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're the pepper, they're the hot sauce, for sure. And we're going to open up with a song that was created very recently. We produced an album a while back, Benjie and I, called Borderless, with a series of songs, but there was no song called Borderless, and maybe people wondered, like, where's this idea from? So recently, we put together a song called Borderless. And the reason we hadn't really written a song about it is because we didn't want to really qualify what that meant. We wanted that to be an open-ended conversation for people to think about the borders and barriers and divisions, the impediments to progress that exist in our communities, and for that to be the conversation. So to write a song about it, we didn't want to cement that idea into anything that we were trying to propose as what our borders are. But I do come from a borderlands community in Arizona. I grew up 50 miles from the U.S.-Mexico border. My mother's ancestry is indigenous people right on the other side of that line. My father's people, ancestry coming from Europe. And so kind of having various realities in my cultural background has given me a really strong sense of, how we as people, and particularly because my mother and father coming together at a time when a biracial couple in many states was illegal. And so to see how my parents have come together in a borderless union has always made me think about how much attention and emphasis we're putting on building borders, building walls, building fences between people, and how much is being lent towards how we can dismantle borders between us. Because it was very clear from yesterday's session with students from all over Spokane who conveyed these ideas around some perceptions that they had come into the space with, and to the degree to which they were willing and had the courage, as Steve mentioned, to step into a space where these borders did exist and to find ways to be borderless is really commendable. And so I want to dedicate this song, Borderless, to you all. Before we bring you up, we want to sing a song for you, and this is Borderless, and it's for you all. All right.
We are now faced with the fact, my friends, that tomorrow is today. We are confronted with the fierce urgency of now in this unfolding conundrum of life and history. That is such a thing as being too late.
I had to draw a line in the sand when you encroached on my master plan. You said, you just don't know what you don't understand, do you, man? So you changed my mind and I paid more time so I could feel you and we'd shine. Then I got borderless. not like a border is. More the core of the way natural order is. Borderless, baby, mama, papa, son, and daughter is. Sort of a daughter with borders. Borderless, can we shoulder this? Cause when we see our works immortal, the shorter we'll get over this, over this. We'll get over this, yeah, we'll get over this when we're borderless. The next in line will need a place to be. But is it reaching higher ground or speaking heresy? To be concerned about these generations following me. Cause I do see the change ensues from a young eye view. We're just borrowing the world from you. We're talking about borderless, not like a border is. More the core of the way natural order is. Borderless, baby, mama, papa, son, and daughter is. Sort of a daughter with borders. Borderless, can we shoulder this? Now when we see our works immortal, the shorter we'll get over this, over this. We'll get over this, we'll get over this when we're borderless.
And we as Lakota, the Oceti Shakun people, are stewards of the land, and everything comes from that environment. So whether you live in this geographical location, everything in that Ujimakag, Mother Earth, is there for your use and not to take advantage to use more than you need to.
Now don't you know, our mottos won't always align.